In this overview video, let's take a look at a few different scenarios involving the field management module. Many of these record types may be initiated from a checklist activity. Let's take a look at the first scenario. Let's say a quality inspector is performing a concrete installation inspection. Let's jump into that inspection record. As the inspector is checking the required items, they reach a minor problem, a hairline crack in the concrete beam. They select Attention Required and click the Open Item icon to enter more details. From here, they can enter the specifics, and then assign it to their manager for notification. And lastly, they can link it to a punch item. Once on the punch item form, they can enter the description of the punch item and upload a photo of the fracture. Once uploaded, they can update the status, the punch item type, importance, location, and assign it to the subcontractor for review. Mark will receive an email notifying him of the newly added punch item assigned to his name. After filling out the form, they can select Done and continue with the rest of the inspection checklist items. Minor errors can be corrected with a simple punch item. But let's take a look at a slightly different scenario. Once again, the quality inspector is performing the same concrete inspection. As he is doing his walkthrough of the required items, he notices a massive example of poor workmanship. The height of one of the beams is way off. He selects Attention Required and again selects the Open Item icon. From here, he again details the specifics and assigns his manager. But this time, since the error is so large and needs higher authority review, he creates a link to a notice to comply. Once inside the notice to comply form, he can first enter a subject. And similar to a punch item, enters a description. Off to the right hand side, he can then switch the status, select the type, location, and then assigns it to a higher authority for review. He can then close out the form by selecting Done to continue with the rest of the checklist. Notices to comply can be a result of poor workmanship. These records are documented proof that the contractors were informed that they were in violation of project rules, contracts, or any other documents. Let's take a look at one more scenario initiated from checklists. In this scenario, a safety inspector is completing a routine safety inspection. Let's jump into that inspection record. As they are running through the required items in their inspection, they notice that workers are not wearing hard hats on the job site. They select Attention Required and go ahead and open the item. From here, they can enter their specifics, and once again, they go ahead and assign their manager. Because these workers were in violation of safety requirements, the inspector creates a link to a safety notice record. From the safety notice form, they can enter all of the details for a safety violation, starting with the subject and the description. Then off to the right, they can select the status, type, location, and then assign it to someone for review. Also, under detailed information, they can enter even more specifics such as the case number, safety code regulation, employees involved, any witnesses, prevention notes, and more location details. Once complete, they can select Done to continue with the safety inspection. Safety notices can be used over time to monitor the safety records of each contractor. Let's take a look at one more scenario, but this time from daily reports. In today's daily report, it has already been noted in a labor entry that the concrete was damaged due to constant heavy rain. A weather entry can also be entered by selecting Add and Weather. Enter the required fields such as temperature, conditions, and the start time and end time. It's also important here to log how much rain occurred. Once the entries have been logged, this record can be linked to a field work directive for additional time needed. Because of the heavy rain and damage, a field work directive can be issued to make sure the problem is corrected even before a change order is set in place. Start by entering a subject and a description. Off to the right, the status can be selected, as well as the type of work directive, importance, and location. You can also add more details, such as the not to exceed cost, estimated cost, and actual cost to complete. Make sure the subcontractor is notified as well. And once finished, select Done to be brought back to the Daily Reports form. Hopefully those scenarios help show how teams can be more efficient in the field.